Bhagvat Gita, chapter number 15. In that it is said that Purushottam Yuga, where they talk about a tree which is ulta or the opposite. That means the root is on the top and all the branches are on the bottom. The root being the God or the Supreme Soul, and how the different branches come out, and that signifies how God is one. And we have several religions of the body, and that is why also in Bhagavad Gita there is a mention that Sarva Dharmani Parityajya Mamikam Sharanam Vraj. That means leave all the religions of the body and come in my own Sharanagati, which means it's God knows about all the religions have come, be it Hinduism, Christianity, or the Muslims. But the Krishna and Rama, when we study about them, are they some gods and goddesses, or like the fictional characters of a book or a fantasy book, or are they real characters? When you go and see a place called Ayodhya and you find traces of different things, aspects of Sri Ram's life, and here we know he's not some fictitious characters, but Prabhu Sri Ram existed, and so did Mata Sita of Janakpur. There is a place called Janakpur in Nepal, and where a lot of Sita Mata temples are there. And this is no joke. We are not worshipping some fictitious characters, like for example people say Spider-Man, Iron Man, in the same way Hanuman and Rama, and they make jokes, but it's no joke. There is practical proofs available for the existence of Prabhu Sri Ram, and such a man existed. And we are not just worshipping some deities, but they are our purvaj. And it is also said in the Hindu customs and traditions during the marriage, they ask the kula and the gotra what that means. Is it that we have to marry within this caste, these things? But there are the rishis and munis who have been a part of India, which is the Ghargi, the Kapila Mahamuni, Vishwamitra, and so on. So these Rishi Munis have been there, and these have in through their penance, through their tapasya, they have maintained India from going into degradation morally. And there have been several poets like Mirabai, Kabir Das, Sant Tukaram, so many people who have existed in India time to time to revive the religion. And finally, when it is Kali Yuga Antya, even God comes to reform, it is said. So this is the Purushottam Sangam Yuga. Purushottam means the yuga that makes a human or a soul to the Purushottam level. From what has decreased is the degrees of the soul. Fill it with more values, more foundation, and take it to the next level to become Devi Devtas. That is the meaning of Purushottam Sangam Yuga. And here God comes and He's giving the teachings, and those who make an effort now understanding the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it is not some mantras to be by hearted and to be recited every single day. Instead, they consider of Bhagavad Gita as a tool, as a medium, scientific proof, that use it as a tool to make your life better. Each and every day practice the teachings and try to inculcate the knowledge. It takes several lifetimes to understand Bhagavad Gita and reach where we want to get. So, understanding that is to be started from a very young age. So, Swami Mukundananda's ashram, JK Yog, has been doing a pivotal work in this regard, and Swami Krupalaji Maharaj's ashram and Radha Krishna Mandir, and they have started a course called Bhal Mukund also, which I would like to suggest all people. There are a lot of volunteers in the US also who are attending Balmukun program, where Bhagavad Gita has been integral part of our education. What we lack is we do learn some education. After 12th, we pursue our degree graduation, where we want to become engineer, doctor. That's the force from all parents, relatives to become the best in our field. But whereas we are somewhere ignoring the spiritual knowledge, and which is why world, though we are very intelligent than before us, we have lots of devices, we have AI, we have a lot of other things, automation going on, but still somewhere when you look at our life, is it becoming happier or it's more challenging than ever? So, when you look at all these aspects of life, then Bhagavad Gita is a practical guide to make our life better. It's not something that you sit and by heart and it's like some sort of storytelling to God. You just go sit in front of God and recite His own shlokas. It's just something to be laughed at, I would say. The correct way is learn Bhagavad Gita with meaning and then inculcate in your life. There is no other way. Unless the soul transforms, the knowledge is not even worth a penny if you don't transform. If I don't become the knowledge swarupa, the form of knowledge, and inculcate each and divine virtues into my life, use it in my life, that knowledge is of no good. So hence we have to be a epitome of the Bhagavad Gita, inculcate in our life and make very strong effort to inculcate in our life the dharana part. That is, dharana is nothing but to inculcate the divine virtues. It takes several lifetimes to live anger, come into soul consciousness, the consciousness that God says that you are a soul and you always existed. I also always existed. What does it mean? How can it be that my body always existed? No, it's not about the body, but it's about the soul. That our soul has always been there in many, many births we have gone through to achieve where we are. And we are in the pursuit of seeking God and the true wisdom in our life. So, with that being said, Bhagavad Gita, it's a, like, suppose I have been following for some time, and if even if I pass away in the middle, the next birth I will still pursue whatever stage I have left over, and that is the thing. So it Bhagavad Gita is no joke, and it's not something that you have to do when you are a vanaprasthi or above 60 years of age. Above 60 years of age, I think even dementia starts to set in. A lot of the things we forget, a lot of diseases set in, a lot of bodily aches, pain starts. How come our character is already formed and there is very little changes even if you wish to you can make in your life? So start inculcating from a young age and start following this and being a source of volunteering to the community. Seva bhav is also very important, trying to help the community in whatever way you can. With that being said, there are like the four stambhas, which is gnan, getting the education or the divine knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, doing the meditation or dhyan, roop dhyan, or namasmarana or sharanagati, which is surrender, all these forms of remembrance of God, and dharana. Dharana is the inculcation of the divine virtues, is another important building stamp of the Gnan, and सेवा सेवा मनोभाव, that कि मुझे सबकी सेवा करनी है, मुझे सभी का भला करना है, that thought itself, working day and night to serve others, that is the beneficial part. So Gyan Yoga and dharana, and seva are the four pillars of our human life which have been taught in the Bhagavad Gita. So, first step is understand what is God trying to say us, and listening to godly knowledge of Bhagavad Gita first thing in the morning really helps us. And JK Yog has this Bhakti app where we can listen to the Bhagavad Gita slok for the day, the Gita shloka for the day, and set alarms, and where we can remind, recollect, and get back to our positive thinking. Thank you.